Boys, now I'm not going to say I'm disappointed, but I'm also not going to say I'm not disappointed. Y'all slacking, man. What happened? Y'all used to get tons of likes on these videos, and all of a sudden, y'all just sleeping on me. This story is a banger, and y'all got to leave a like on the video, man. It helps out your boy a ton, and well, that's about it. It just helps me. It's a little selfish, but help your boy out. You know what I'm saying? Help your boy out. Also, be on the lookout. Very, very soon, I'm going to be dropping What If Xehther Was an MHA, and it's going to be like a 2-hour story, and I'm going to go off. Like, I already recorded 1 hour of it today. Trust me, it's way better than the old version that I did. I revamped it, and it's just so much better. Trust me, it's so much better. It's not even funny how much better it is. That said, though, enjoy.
Hey, Ross, sauce it up.
After the USJ attacked by the League of Villains, they call themselves. Many lives were put in danger. Some were injured. Reject also spotted at the attack, badly injured, helping heroes. Confirmed by All Might and Eraserhead. Reject shortly after the battle fled the sea. Midoriya turned off the TV, sighed while looking down at the bruises on his chest and thinks, that was quite the battle. Still though, I have to patrol for the sake of others, Midoriya said as he got up and changed into his Vigilante outfit. By the power of All Might's strand of hair, we fast forward. Midoriya's point of view, patrolling. Someone's tailing me. I can feel it. They're fast too. I have to face them, Midoriya thought as he turned around and kicked the person in the stomach. They were stunned but charged Midoriya. Now, Midnight! That voice, Present Mike and Midnight. Crap. Midoriya thought as Present Mike punched Midoriya's bruise, causing him to cough up blood. No, damn it, I can't get caught, Midoriya thought as his vision became blurry. Stay away, Midoriya yelled as he coughed up blood. Calm down, Reject. We want to help you. We know you're injured. Let us help you, Present Mike shouted. All of a sudden, pink smoke filled the air. Everything went black. 1 week later, Midoriya woke up with a pain in his chest. He was in the hospital. His throat was dry and he was starving. He still had a Vigilante outfit on. How long have I been out? What'll happen since I was caught? Will my injuries have a bad impact on me? Midoriya thought as he stared at the light in the ceiling. Finally, he sat up and saw Nezu. He knew who this was since he did go through their website often. Awake, are you? Here, have some water. You're probably starving. I'll call a nurse to bring you something to eat. Oh, and you can take off the mask, Nezu said. Thanks, Midoriya said cautiously, taking the water from Nezu, putting his mask down to drink it. You look young. I didn't expect Reject, the most known vigilante in Japan, to look so young, Nezu said, as he stared at the boy's features. A nurse then soon came in and gave Midoriya soup and some more water. So, Reject, or should I say Izuku? Midoriya's fine, Midoriya interrupted. Okay, Midoriya, just so you know, you're not in trouble. Get to the point. There's something you want to return for helping me, correct? Nezu chuckled at Midoriya. Yes, Nezu said. Just then, a guy who looked like a detective walked in. Hello, Izuku Midoriya. My name's Tsukachi. I'll be asking you a few questions if that's okay. Midoriya just nodded. Your name's Izuku Midoriya. Yes, Midoriya responded. True. You're 16. Yes, true. Nezu looked shocked. Your mother's name is Inko Midoriya, or known as the Moon Vigilante. Yes, true. Okay, we're done here. Nezu, do your thing. I best be going. Pleasure seeing you, Midoriya. Tsukachi then walked out. Go on with what you wanted from me, Nezu, Midoriya said. I was going to ask you to become a pro hero, but I didn't know you were so young. That changes things, Nezu said. Join Class 1A. I will give you a dorm at UA, and you can continue being a vigilante, without having to worry about heroes chasing you down. But Eraserhead will be joining you on patrol at all times. Midoriya just looked at Nezu shocked. What if I refuse? You will be sent to juvie for causing injury to others and doing acts without heroic license. I know you wouldn't want that, Nezu said. Midoriya sighed. Fine, I'll do it. At the UA gates. Shit, what did I get myself into? Midoriya thought as he looked at his uniform, then looked at his watch and thought, well, it's 4 a.m., 2 hours early, just what Nezu wanted, so where is he? Midoriya thought. Midoriya, glad you could make it. Come inside, I'll show you the teachers and where your class is. Midoriya followed, and as soon as he entered, he saw pro heroes Eraserhead, Present Mike, and Midnight. Sorry about capturing you, little listener. We just wanted to help, Present Mike said. It's fine, Midoriya said. I thought you'd be as old as us, honestly. Sorry for using my gas on you. It's my quirk if you were wondering, Midnight said. Interesting, Midoriya thought. I'm your teacher. Now, I'm gonna go get some coffee, Eraserhead said. Just then, all three of them walked off. Nezu shortly after led Midoriya to his office, where the deflated All Might sat. Oh my, All Might said as he switched into his muscular self. No, it's fine. I've seen it before, Midoriya said with a chuckle. What, you have? When? All Might said shockingly. You don't remember, do you? Midoriya said a bit sadly. Sorry, young Midoriya, I truly don't, All Might said, examining Midoriya's face. It's fine. It doesn't matter anyways. I proved you wrong, Midoriya said with a smirk. All Might questioned what he said a bit and then remembered. I'm so sorry, young Midoriya. I was truly an idiot back then. Please accept my apology, All Might said in a bowing position. Stand up, All Might. I have to thank you. You're the reason I trained harder to be stronger. You motivated me, even if it was in a harsh way of doing so, Midoriya said as All Might stood up. Ring ring. That's the bell for class. You'd better get there quickly. Aizawa usually runs late to class, so if you run fast enough, you'll make it before him, Nezu said. Midoriya ran out quickly. It's the last one on the left, Nezu yelled to Midoriya down the hall. 1A, 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 1A. There it is, Midoriya thought as he reached the door. Aizawa was just reaching the class door. Stand out here. I'll call you in, Aizawa said as he walked in. Midoriya couldn't hear what he was saying inside, but soon enough he heard, Come in, Aizawa yelled. This is it. Class 1A. Here I come. Class 1A. Midoriya stepped inside the classroom, seeing familiar and unfamiliar faces. Introduce yourself, then sit behind Bakugo. You already know who he is, Aizawa said. My name is Izuku Midoriya, or known as Reject, the Vigilante. I'm quirkless. Some of you saw me at the USJ. I don't plan on being friends with anyone, Midoriya said as he moved towards his seat, ignoring the glares from the other students. Anyways, you guys should have started interning with the pro heroes you choose. Reject, you're with me, interning. You don't really have a choice. Midoriya just sighed and laid his head down on the desk and slowly fall asleep. Ring. The bell woke Midoriya up. He knew this was the lunch bell, so he went up, got his lunch, and sat down at some empty table. Finally, some peace, Midoriya thought. Hey, you're that new kid in Class 1A. Midoriya, right? Or Reject. How'd someone without a quirk get in the school? No peace, Midoriya thought as he sighed and turned to look at the student who had blue eyes and blonde hair. Definitely not someone in my class, Midoriya thought. Listen, bud, I don't know who you think you are or to come up to me, but just go bother someone else, please. For your sake, Midoriya said. Class 1A student threatening me? Hear that, everyone? This student in Class 1A just threatened me, the student yelled as he stood up on his stool, pointing at Midoriya. It was a warning, Midoriya said, as he kicked the stool the student was standing on, causing him to fall on his back. What the student said, standing up and charging Midoriya. He threw a punch which Midoriya easily sidestepped. He punched the student in the stomach, which caused the student to fall on the ground coughing. Midoriya looked around to see everyone staring at the scene. Then a familiar capture weapon wrapped around Midoriya's torso and arms. Seriously? It's only been a few hours. Let's just go to the principal. Nezu's office. He fought Monoma, Aizawa said, as he opened the door to Nezu's office. Well, this Monoma totally deserved it, Midoriya said. Nezu sighed. Who threw the first punch? I mean, I did kick the chair that he was standing on. Other than that, he hit first, Midoriya said with a smirk. No patrolling for you tonight. What? Why not give me detention or something, Midoriya yelled. What's your tone problem, child? Besides, it's quite obvious you wouldn't care about detention, Aizawa said. You need to find your dorm and unpack your stuff. Besides, Aizawa's patrolling tonight, so don't worry, Nezu said calmly. Midoriya sighed. You guys should go. It's settled. No patrolling for you, Nezu said, waving the two off. With that, Midoriya and Aizawa walked out of the office heading towards the classroom. You should try and make friends. It'll benefit you. Trust me, Aizawa said. Silence. Aizawa and Midoriya were approaching the class door. No, Midoriya said, answering Aizawa as he walked into the class. Midoriya was pretty bored, so he started playing with his pencil mid-class when someone slammed their hand on his desk. Bakugo had done it. He looked around to see others walking towards his desk. Go away, Midoriya said, clearly annoyed. Aizawa-sensei told us to come and get you and greet you, Ribbit, the frog girl from the USJ said to Midoriya. Midoriya sighed. Okay, one at a time. Tell me your name and your quirk. My name is Tenya Ida. My name is Kirishima. My name is Lightning. These are the two that were with Bakugo that one time, Midoriya thought. I believe we've met. You probably don't remember since it was a while back. We do, they said in unison. The rest of the students then introduced themselves, and overall it wasn't as bad as he thought. Ring. Midoriya, stay here, Aizawa said. Midoriya huffed but cooperated. Once all the students left, Aizawa walked over to Midoriya's desk. Listen, Midoriya, I understand it's pretty difficult, but it's really not that bad. I enjoyed it, Midoriya interrupted. Show me where my dorm is so I can unpack my stuff, Midoriya said. They both walked out. Fast forward, because I can. Midoriya was now in his dorm. Everything was unpacked. He was annoyed and he had nothing to do. Maybe I should just go. I mean, how much trouble can I really get in? Everyone's at interns. I can't possibly get caught, Midoriya thought as he stared at his vigilante outfit. F it, Midoriya said with a smirk as he put his vigilante outfit on and snuck out. In an alleyway, easy enough. Now, what roof to sit on? Midoriya stopped and listened. He heard grunting in an alleyway nearby. He looked around the corner into the alleyway where he heard the sound. Hero Killer and Tenya Ida. Crap, he's in danger. I have to help, but I need backup. Midoriya quickly picked up his phone and texted the first phone number, Shoto Todoroki. He had sent him his location along with, I need backup. Please come. Midoriya put his phone in his pocket and charged the Hero Killer. Trouble, Chapter 9. Alleyway with the Hero Killer, Stain, and Tenya Ida. From Midoriya's point of view, I charged the Hero Killer, jumping from wall to wall, but he noticed me. But by then it was too late. I kicked him off Ida, who was stabbed in the shoulder. You okay? Have any idea what this guy's quirk is? I asked Ida. Why are you here, Midoriya? This is none of your business, Ida said. That's not what I asked, Engine Boy, I yelled. Reject. He's right. You really shouldn't get involved. These are fake heroes. Unless you want to die with them, I suggest you leave. Hero Killer said as he stood up. No can do, I said. Just know, I warned you. Hero Killer said as he threw a knife towards me. I was able to dodge it, but he had even more knives. This went on for a while, while me dodging knives and Ida screaming at me to leave. Then he hit me. The knife grazed me, but it did indeed draw blood. Hero Killer jumped over me, grabbed the knife, and just as he gazed on me, he licked the blood, making me collapse. What's happening? I can't move. Must be his quirk, I thought as I watched Hero Killer walk towards Ida. Now you can watch as I slowly kill these fake heroes. Then, you're next, Hero Killer said as he was about to stab Ida once again. Fight back, Ida, I yelled. Just then, flames. Shoto Todoroki. You should have been more specific on how urgent this was. I almost didn't come in time, Shoto said. No, why are you both here? This isn't how it was supposed to go. You're going to get hurt, Ida screamed. Stand up if you don't want us to get hurt so bad, Shoto said. That seemed to shut Ida up. Don't let this guy draw your blood. He can paralyze someone by licking it. I'm not sure how long it'll last, I said to Shoto. Thanks for the... Shoto was then grazed by a knife on his fireside. The one thing I tell you not to do, I thought, as Hero Killer moved toward Shoto, but he was quick and lit his flames. I then all of a sudden felt my legs again. His quirk. I believe it has to do with your blood type, I said as I stood up. Correct, Hero Killer said as he ran past me at the speed of light toward Shoto with a katana-like weapon, and he was about to hit him when Ida kicked him back to where I was. Midoriya! Shoto yelled as a warning as he shot flames towards me and the Hero Killer. I dodged the flames, but so did the Hero Killer. We both fought hand to hand for a while until he took a knife and slashed my back unexpectedly. Then shortly after paralyzing me, that's gonna leave a mark. I was becoming dizzy, losing blood at a rapid speed, and I saw Ida throw knives into his shoulder by protecting Shoto. Shoto was shouting something towards me, but I couldn't hear a word with the loud ringing in my ears. I can't let them die. I won't, I thought as I stood up. I took advantage of the blind spot Hero Killer had from behind and I kicked the man with all I had, hitting his head at the wall and making him fall unconscious. Shoto and Ida came running towards me. My ears stopped ringing and I felt Shoto touch my back where the wound was beginning to form. Freeze it, but I pushed him away. Stop. I'm gonna freeze your wound so you don't lose any more blood. Ida, hold him, Shoto said. I struggled against Ida, but eventually Shoto froze my back. We were walking out the alley when I saw a bunch of pro heroes walking towards us. Please don't tell them I was here. Keep this a secret. I winked at Ida and Shoto and ran. I heard the protests as I ran, but I knew if I got caught I would be in lots of trouble. Midoriya successfully made it back to his dorm room. He changed out of his vigilante outfit, took a shower, and stitched his wound. He got injured a bunch when he first started out as a vigilante, so he knew how to do it properly. I seriously hope those two don't rat me out, Midoriya thought, as he drifted asleep. The sound of Midoriya's door banging woke him up with a jolt. He must have gotten up so fast because he felt his wound reopen. Shit, you gotta be kidding me, Midoriya thought. Give me a minute, Midoriya yelled as he bandaged his wound quickly and opened the door. Tenya Ida stood at the door along with Shoto Todoroki. Midoriya looked at his watch and it was an hour before school was meant to start. Midoriya sighed. Come in. So about yesterday. I'm sorry you two had to get involved, Ida said, as he put his head down in shame. I waved his apology off. We didn't say you were involved if you were wondering, but two pro heroes did see you leave the scene. Fortunately, we weren't able to identify you. Unfortunately, Tsukachi asked if we knew who you were, and we said no, but knowing his quirk, he probably knew we lied. Shoto said, That's not good. I'll figure it out. Thanks. I owe you guys. How's your wound, Ida said. It's alright. I may or may not have reopened the wound, but I can just restitch it. If you both wouldn't mind leaving so I can do that. They both nodded and walked out the door. See you in class, Midoriya. Again, thank you, Ida said. Midoriya undid the bandages and restitched his wound, changed into his uniform and headed to class. Midoriya POV. I walked into class and classmates were surrounding Shoto and Ida at their desk, asking them questions. Was the hero killer hard to fight? Who was the person who helped you guys? How bad were your injuries? Good luck to them, I thought, as I sat down in my seat. Aizawa walked in shortly after and scared everyone into sitting in their seats. All day, all I heard was this hero killer this, hero killer that. It was obnoxious. Ring. Yes, Midoriya thought as he grabbed his bag. Midoriya, report to the Principal Nezu's office with me. Oh crap, I thought as I exited the classroom with Aizawa walking behind me towards Nezu's office. On the way there, I saw Shoto and Ida. I gave them a glare. Aizawa indeed noticed this, but the two just looked confused and concerned. Maybe they didn't do it, I thought. Me and Aizawa reached Nezu's door. I opened it to see Tsukachi and Nezu. This is bad, I thought. Sit, Midoriya. We have a lot to discuss. Midoriya's POV. I sat in the chair. Aizawa stood behind me as I sat, which made me a bit uncomfortable, but I believe I have no say in what he does. So what's going on? Did I do something? I said as calmly as I could. They all just stared at me. Awkward, I thought. They all just stared at me in silence. Okay, Midoriya, glad to see you again. If you've forgotten, I am Detective Tsukachi. I'm going to be asking you a few questions. I nod. Happy he broke the painfully long silence. You know about the event at Hosu? Yes, Tsukachi said. Of course, I answered. True. Midoriya, were you in your dorm at the time? No. Where were you then? Tsukachi said in a stern voice. Silence. Midoriya, we need you to answer. Where were you? Aizawa said as he grabbed my shoulders. Don't touch me, I said, as I pushed both hands off my shoulder. Aizawa then wrapped his capture weapon around me, strapping me to his chair. Too tight, damn it. Can't breathe, I thought as I struggled. Midoriya, last time I asked you, where were you during the time? Tsukachi said. My vision was becoming blurry. I looked down. I fought alongside Ida and Shoto. True. Tsukachi nodded his head towards Aizawa and he let me go. I took a deep breath before looking up to see Nezu, who shook his head in disapproval. Listen, Midoriya, I wasn't going to send you to this training camp we have coming up in about a month. Sorry in advance, but now you will be going. Are you kidding me? A dumb camp? I thought as I stood up and left the room, slamming the door. Stupid rat thing. Students. Dumb training camp. Midoriya thought as he tossed the ball in the air while laying in his bed. Then a knock at his door. Go away, I'm not here. Midoriya, open the door. It's me. Midoriya walked to the door and opened it. Shoto Todoroki stood there. What? Midoriya said. You looked pretty mad when I saw you walk out of Nezu's office. I'm assuming you found out. I just came to check on you, Shoto said. This kind of made Midoriya happy, but he pushed the feelings aside and slammed the door in Shoto's face. If that's all, leave, Midoriya said as he heard Shoto's footsteps walk away. I guess I was a bit harsh. Oh well, Midoriya thought as he drifted asleep. Ring, ring, ring. Midoriya slammed his alarm, shattering it to pieces. Great, Midoriya thought, as he quickly picked up bits of the alarm, changed into his uniform, and went to class. Midoriya opened the door to his class. Hello, Midoriya, correct? Some brown-haired girl said. Yeah, that's me. You're Ochako or Araka, Midoriya said, as he walked to his desk, the girl following him. The girl nodded. Her quirk is anti-gravity, able to touch someone or something and make it float. Interesting, Midoriya thought as he stared at the girl. He must have been staring too long since she started becoming red. My bad, I zoned out, Midoriya thought as he looked away. It's fine, really, Araka said. Then she went towards her desk and waved. Hope to talk to you more. Sure, Midoriya said. Then he felt poking from behind him. He turned around. Mineta, what do you want? Midoriya had already taken a disliking to this one. He was a total perv. Yo, Midoriya, how do you keep getting all the girls? Teach me your ways, Mineta whispered to Midoriya. I don't know. Maybe try being a decent human being for once, Midoriya said. With that, Mineta went back to his seat. Balls on his head that are very sticky can be useful if used correctly, Midoriya thought. Then Aizawa walked in and the class started. Time skip. Ring. Finally. Lunch, Midoriya thought, as he made his way there, gaining a few glares. The usual. He was making his way to a seat where he sat by himself. Midoriya, sit with us, Araka yelled. Midoriya rolled his eyes, but he went to sit down next to Ida across from Araka. He ate in silence. He felt eyes staring at him, so he looked up to see Araka staring him down. He raised an eyebrow towards her and she went red. Sorry, I must be sick, Araka said while fake coughing. Okay, Midoriya said as he went back to eating his food. Araka, if you're sick, you should go to Recovery Girl and leave the school immediately. We wouldn't want you to get anyone sick, Ida said, making some weird hand motion. No, I'm fine, Araka said. So Midoriya, did you mean what you said when you first came into our class? Shoto suddenly, oh my bad, that wasn't Araka, that was Shoto. Shoto suddenly said, making Midoriya jump. You were so quiet. I didn't know you were here. My bad. Also, remind me what I said. You said you didn't want to make friends, is that true? Araka asked. Everyone's eyes were on Midoriya as he pondered it. Yeah, I meant it, Midoriya said as he went back to eating. I know it's wrong, but I don't want you guys to get involved with my life. I don't want the fear of being stabbed in the back. I don't want to have the fear of losing you guys, which is why I can't get close to anyone. Truly, I am sorry, Midoriya said to them. He stood up, beginning to walk away, but Ida grabbed his arm violently. Midoriya, this isn't healthy for you. I'm informing Aizawa. With that, Midoriya's eyes went wide and he kicked Ida in the head, knocking him out cold. Shoto froze, Midoriya in his eyes, and went to Ida's aid. I'm sorry. You all are too kind and don't deserve to have a shitty friend like me. So I will do everything in my power to make you guys stay away from me. For your sakes, Midoriya thought as he went unconscious. Shoto's POV. Go call Recovery Girl now, Araka, I yelled at her, and she ran. I looked at Midoriya, who was now unconscious. I looked around and everyone in the lunchroom had their eyes on us. I looked down at Ida. He was going to get a pretty bad bruise from that kick. If you really want us to stay away from you so bad, so be it, Midoriya. We'll still away from you, Shoto thought as he looked at the now unconscious Midoriya with hatred. Chapter 11. Selfish. Self-harm. Oh, self-harm will be happening. Okay. Midoriya's POV. I woke up to a bright light in the ceiling. I sat up. Why am I in here? What happened? I thought, trying to remember. I looked around to see a little old lady. You're awake. It's been a few hours since school's over. Now, young man, you really shouldn't be picking fights, the old lady said as she hit me in the back of the head with a cane. Ow! Also, fights? What do you mean, where am I? I asked the lady. Looked at me for a second as if I were dumb. I raised an eyebrow, expecting her to answer. You actually don't remember, Midoriya. You picked a fight with Ida, and Shoto froze you. Then you went unconscious. You're in the recovery room at UA, said someone in the shadows at the corner. They came out. It was Aizawa. I remembered. Oh, I remember now, I said in a monotone voice. I started getting up. Sit, Aizawa said as his hair floated up and his eyes turned red. I sat down. I would be lying if I said that didn't terrify me, but I'll never admit that. Ida did tell me why he thinks you did it, Aizawa said. Damn it, Ida. I thought as I put my head down, avoiding eye contact. Midoriya, I'm not trying to force you to make friends. I didn't want to either as a kid, honestly. I don't like admitting it, but having Present Mike and Midnight as friends, no matter how annoying they can be, is something I'll never regret doing. Aizawa said, as he knelt down to my level, so now I had to look at him. You can talk to me, kid. I know how you feel. Aizawa said as he stood up. See you tomorrow. With that, Aizawa walked out, was speechless. You can go now. Try not to pick any more fights with people. Okay, fine. She nodded sternly and I smiled. From here, he wonders, why did I act like that towards her? Did what Aizawa said really change me? I thought as I looked back at Recovery Girl's door. I saw Aizawa standing near the door. He was smirking with a little thumbs up. He must have heard. I thought as I gave him a thumbs up and turned the corner. Once I turned the corner, my mood dropped. I saw Shoto and Uraraka. They didn't notice me, so I quickly passed them, but before I could, someone grabbed me by the arm and slammed me against the lockers. Shoto Todoroki did it. I didn't fight it, I just stared at him. Stay away from us. Don't touch or talk to us either or you'll regret it, Shoto said, as he yelled fire towards my face. He let me go and I just stood there. Damn it, I thought as I walked away. I could feel both eyes on me as I walked. Dorm. What's wrong with me? I just have to push people away. I'm so selfish, Midoriya thought as he laid in bed. I even ran away from my mother for myself. She's in jail because of me. I hurt Ida because I was too selfish to give them a chance. I'm at UA because I didn't want to live up to my actions and go to jail, where I belong, Midoriya thought as he slowly went towards his bathroom. This isn't selfish, right? Midoriya said to his reflection as he held a razor to his wrist. One for Ida, one for Uraraka, one for Shoto, one for my mom. Okay, basically, he hurts himself a little bit. And... Wait. I think... Wait. Hold on. Actually, I'm going to keep reading. I think this part might be interesting and we might actually need this. 14. That's how many cuts he now had on his wrist. He rinsed off the blood and went to disinfect. I'm such an idiot. Maybe I should talk to Aizawa. Okay. I know it's wrong, but I didn't want you guys to get involved in my life. Those are the words he said towards Shoto and the other two. He let go of the door handle. I did say that. I should stay true to my word for once, Midoriya thought as he laid in bed and drifted off to sleep. Okay, time skip. Midoriya woke up to no alarm. All right, my alarm clock. I broke it, Midoriya thought as he looked over to the pieces of his alarm. Midoriya grabbed his phone. It was 1 p.m., 7 hours since school started. I'll just say I was sick. That trick usually works, Midoriya thought as he looked at the notifications and saw messages from Uraraka. What does she want? Wait, some of these are messages from yesterday, Midoriya thought as he looked at the messages. Tomato Girl. Hey Midoriya, don't ask how I got your number. I just wanted to apologize for Shoto yesterday. We can talk if you want. Yesterday. Tomato Girl. Midoriya's school started. Are you okay? Why aren't you here today? Tomato Girl. Midoriya, please answer. I hope nothing bad happened. I'm coming by today during lunch, okay? Tomato Girl. Midoriya, your door's locked. I think I heard you snore. Glad to know you just slept in. Text me and let's meet up in my dorm after school. Ooh. I'll tell you what you missed. A bit creepy, but weirdly sweet, Midoriya thought, as he smiled a bit reading her messages. He quickly stopped once he noticed he was smiling. Midoriya, I got sick if you don't mind telling Aizawa for me. Also, I'll take the offer. I really need to catch up. Thanks, Uraraka, for doing this. You don't have to, though. I wouldn't want to be a burden, you know? Midoriya then looked at his bandage and said he'll probably take care of that. Afterwards, Tomato Girl said, hey, I did tell Aizawa. Also, you can come over now if you want. I'll meet you in the cafeteria. I'm with Ida currently. Great. Actually, I should probably take the opportunity to apologize, Midoriya thought as he put a hoodie on and went out towards the cafeteria. Midoriya made it towards the cafeteria where Ida and Uraraka were waiting, and Uraraka waved towards Midoriya. Hey, we're over here! He was about to wave back when he saw Ida's condition. Damn it. I must have kicked him pretty hard. It's a lot of bandages, Midoriya thought as he looked at Ida. Midoriya then waved back at Uraraka and approached Ida, who just stared at Midoriya as he approached. Without hesitation, Midoriya hugged Ida. Ida was shocked, but he hugged back. I'm sorry, Ida. I know what I did was very wrong. Please accept this apology, Midoriya said while letting go of Ida. I accept it. It was also wrong of me to forcefully try and help, Ida said. I still do stand by what I said. I won't be getting close to you or Uraraka. My apologies. I hope we can at least all be on normal terms. Ida and Uraraka nodded. For Shoto, it may take some time, but I'm sure he'll forgive you eventually, Uraraka said. Midoriya nodded. Also, Midoriya, you didn't miss much. I simply called you down here so you had an opportunity to apologize. Sorry, Uraraka said. Midoriya rolled his eyes. Deep down, he was thankful for the girl's actions. Well, if that's the case, I'm tired. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Midoriya waved to the two and walked towards his dorm. Midoriya made it towards his dorm, laid on his bed, and just as he was about to sleep, his phone buzzed. Why can't I just sleep in peace, Midoriya thought. A message? From an unknown number? Midoriya thought as he opened the number. Midoriya, Uraraka and Ida told me about what happened. I'll let it slide this once, but stay away from them. Shoto. I should apologize. He probably still thinks I'm an ass. Who wouldn't, Midoriya thought. Shoto, can we talk tomorrow after school? If it's to apologize, forget it. You wanted to be alone, so be alone. This number has blocked you. Damn, I'm such an idiot. From here, he threw his phone at the wall, causing a sharp pain to go through his wrist. That hurts him, and afterwards he would sleep for an hour. He would think, I look uglier than before, Midoriya thought as he brushed his teeth, staring at his reflection. He then got dressed, grabbed his now cracked phone, and headed out towards the class. He entered the class and sat down. He basically slept through the entire class. Only a few times did Aizawa wake Midoriya up, but after a few more times he gave up on trying to and let Midoriya sleep. Lunch came around and nothing eventful happened. It was the same as before. He was a loner, just like he liked it. Yeah, it was hard sometimes, but it was easy to deal with. A time skip, a month. Midoriya was in his class, playing with his pencil, waiting for Aizawa's arrival, so class could start. During the month, Midoriya was given permission by Nezu and Aizawa to patrol, which he was glad about. Today, though, he wasn't able to do so, so he wondered why. Aizawa walked in. If you've forgotten, we're going to training camp tomorrow. We'll be there for a few weeks. Everyone in the class's eyes widened. So did Midoriya's. I forgot about that. I should probably head to the mall today to get some extra stuff, Midoriya thought, as he stared at Aizawa. After Aizawa's speech, he simply went back to teaching his lesson. Midoriya, of course, paid no attention. Ring. I guess I should head to the mall, Midoriya thought, as he got up and walked out of the UA grounds towards the mall. He felt people staring at him, so he looked behind him and saw a few other students from UA following. I guess I'm not alone. That's fine, I guess, Midoriya thought. Midoriya entered the mall. Where should I go first, Midoriya thought. Just then he heard someone call his name. Are you Reject? I mean Izuki Midoriya. That's crazy. I'm a big fan, the person said while wrapping their arms around his neck. Let go now, Midoriya said, as the person put 4 fingers around his neck. Shigaraki, Midoriya said. I just want to talk, Midoriya. Listen, I could kill you in an instant by putting my 5th finger on your neck. I could kill 20, maybe even hundreds of people, Shigaraki said. Midoriya knew he was right. Fine, let's talk, Midoriya said. Good choice. Let's sit. First, I hate everything. The hero killer and his attention, Shigaraki said. I thought he was with you. He was, but he got caught by some stupid kids. Speaking of, you were that random kid, weren't you? Shigaraki said, tightening the grip on Midoriya's neck. Can't breathe. Dang it. Midoriya didn't show his panic and nodded towards Shigaraki. Shigaraki loosened his grip. Damn you and those other students. Why did you even join UA? Why not join us? Honestly, they forced you into something you didn't even want. They imprisoned your mother and you haven't even let you see her, Shigaraki said in a disgusted tone. You may have a point, but at the same time, me and your goals are total opposites. You want to take people in and give vengeance. I want to save people from their issues, giving them a future, Midoriya said. Shigaraki tightened the grip again. Wrong choice of words, Midoriya. Shit, I can't breathe, Midoriya thought as his vision went a bit blurry. He grabbed Shigaraki's hand trying to get it off, but it didn't budge. Midoriya, who's this? Midoriya looked up to see Uraraka and Ida. With that, Shigaraki's grip loosened and Midoriya saw him reach his pocket. Uraraka, Ida, I'm fine, really. Go away. Now go! Shigaraki then completely let go of Midoriya, in which he started coughing violently. My bad. I'll be on my way. See you later, Midoriya. Follow me, and you'll regret it. Shigaraki whispered the last part so only Midoriya could hear. Shigaraki was about to get up when Midoriya grabbed his arm. Shigaraki immediately grabbed Midoriya's arm with 4 fingers. What's the point of all this chaos you're causing, Midoriya whispered. Like you said, vengeance, Shigaraki whispered as he snatched his arm away from Midoriya. Midoriya, watch yourself. Next time we meet, I'll most likely make up my mind and kill you, Shigaraki said, loud enough for Uraraka and Ida to hear. Shigaraki then walked into the crowd, disappearing. Did he hurt you? Uraraka, call the authorities, Ida said while he made his way to Midoriya, who held his neck, which had a red handprint. I'm fine, you guys, really. You guys saved me back there. I appreciate it, Midoriya said. Just then, Ida smiled and nodded. I told you to stay away from us. Midoriya looked around to see who said it. Shoto was walking towards him. Shoto, he was just attacked. Give him a breather. We saw it and helped out, Uraraka said as she hung up the phone. Shoto stared at Midoriya with wide eyes as he examined his neck, seeing the handprint. Authorities are coming, they said. They'll need you for an interrogation, Uraraka said. Midoriya just nodded. He didn't want to speak on the incident. Shigaraki, You seem to be the only person who actually understands me. What have you been through to turn you into such a villain? Is it any different from my suffering? Would I have become a villain like you if I had lost myself any further? Midoriya thought. Maybe.